Please welcome Pavlo Golub.
Hello there. Where's my mouse? Okay, cool. First of all, how many of you know about the game Wordle? Okay, good, we can go. So, my name is Pavlo Golub. I'm from Cybertech, and I'm kind of senior man, whatever, consultant and developer, I do things, you know. So, Cybertech is very Postgres company. To be our client, you need to have one, Postgres. If you don't have one, we can run it for you, and then you can become our client. So we have like several branches, and we are working on extending. These are our commercial products. You can try them. You all know why Postgres is the best database in the world. And agenda for today. So, first of all, some fun facts about the game. Then I will describe how we can improve it in PostgreSQL, changing some words or comparison functions. And at the end of the session, we will play with you, and we will see how you know Postgres reserved keywords. Okay, so history and facts. So nothing like, usual game, classic 5 guess challenge. You have a word, you need to guess it. What is the catch? When you guess the word, the game will give you a hint by colorizing your input. If you get the letter correctly, it will become green. If there is a letter but the position is wrong, it will become yellow. That's all. How it looks like, right? Now, the story behind this. So, the Josh Wordle is a developer of the Wordle game. He lived in Brooklyn, and he said that he created this game for his partner. Love, you know. That's why I like to be a developer, programmer, because instead of writing poems, you can write a program. Once I wrote a game for my mom, back in my 20s. Why? Because she spent a lot of time on modem, holding the line. So I wrote the same game so she can play locally. Okay, so the game was there like for a long time. Why 2020? You know why? Because of COVID. We all were like on the same boat. We were like looking for what else we can do at home. And why Wordle became so famous? So the Josh himself thinks that because of 3 things. First one is the scarcity. So the only one word, only one game per day. It's simple. So you don't need nothing. You can play from your phone or laptop or any browser you have. And the limited commitment. So no advertising, no notification, no strings attached, right? But we all know it became viral. On every social media, especially on Twitter, there were a lot of tweets with these unknown things like, what, green, yellow, what's going on? And that's how I knew about it. So it's just like, I started to Google what these green and yellow squares in Twitter. And so, oh, this is the game. And I found it. So this is my best attempt. It took only 2 guesses. And the first one was total miss. But the second one was like, I did it. So how many Wordles are there in the world? A lot. The game is simple. The idea behind it is very simple, so you can go like for anything. Like, for example, you can change word set, or you can change how you compare the words, or you can guess several words at once, or you can, you can change how you enter your guesses, like changing the letters or something like this. Okay. And of course, every country, every language wanted to have their own. A lot of them, like 350, maybe more, I don't know. So, for example, the last one is Wordle. This is not language, but I mean, you know, I swear a lot in my local language, in my native language, but I'm not swearing in English because, like, I don't know, don't know the words. So probably I should play the game to know more. And the teams, you can guess airports, birds, animals, Star Trek, The Office, whatever. The last one, the hexadecimal, is where you need to guess the number by its hexadecimal representation. Okay, so before we go into it, I'm, by the way, a teacher of mathematics and computer science. So I decided to put it into level. So I need a mathematical definition of the game of Wordle. Here it is. So the Wordle is a combination of two sets and a function, where first set, Wn, is a set of n-letter function, and the length of these words should be positive, so no empty strings, right? And Gn, a set of guesses, and guesses, the set of guesses should be a subset of words. Okay, right? And the delta is a distant function. So for every word that we can guess, and for every word we can set as an input, there should be a value for this function, which is d. D is a set which, of course, should have a 0. 0 indicates that you are correct, that you found your guess. And anything else, but with the order. So the basic example, the integer set, 0 is you're doing right. The bigger the number, the more like you're missing. Or you can use strings as well, because on strings we can define the order. And of course, for every word we can guess, there must exist the answer. And the value of this function should be 0. Okay, so let's go, for example, PostgreSQL. Sounds like a volcano in Iceland, right? PostgreSQL. Okay, so where can we have some words? We have PG get keywords function, which returns a lot of keywords from the server, and turned out that like there are 65 of them, of lengths of 5. It's enough to start, right? Let's go with it. So so the idea was to implement all this game in pure SQL. No PL/PGSQL, no external whatever, just SQL and PSQL as a terminal. So first of all, how can we check the two words, for example, types and table? Pretty easy. First of all, we can split the string into a table. So each letter goes to its own row. Then we can compare them. Green one if they are the same, blue or yellow one if there is a position in the string, and the black one otherwise. Very simple, okay? We have one. Now, let's use this knowledge and create a SQL function for that so we can use it in our game. So the only difference here is I added string egg, which will combine all the rows back to the string, right? So yeah, let's find all the keywords that are common to word types. And we order by the D, which is not distance, but should be like similarity. So, okay, of course, types is very similar to types. Table, treat, blah, 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 whatever. Can you see a problem here? Where? Okay. Yes, that's true. I mean, the thing is that we are sorting by the alphabet, by the string sorting. But there are for sure like more words that are similar to types than, for example, outer. Let's try to fix that. And to fix that, we okay, so anyway, this query has its own flow because it doubles the owner and owned, the valid and the value, etc., etc. So we need to get rid of it. For this, I want to come with the function Wordle command int, mean integer, which will return the similarity, right? So instead of going green, yellow, and black boxes, I will assign 2 points for the same letter, 1 point for the letter in the word, and 0 otherwise. So if like 2 words are identical, we have similarity of 10, and then lower, lower, lower. And if they are completely different, the similarity will be 0. Okay, and let's try to use this function, and we have much better results. Because now we are not sorting by the string value, but we are sorting by the integer value, which shows us the similarity. Okay, so we have like at least 3 keywords that are very similar, just one letter is different. Okay, let's find more similar words, the same but with larger result set. Now let's speak about word sets. I mean, having keywords from Postgres is fine, is fun, but you only have like 35 of them, or 65 of them. It will like for only 2 months. I want much more. So where can we get one? The first and the obvious is prepare dictionaries and vocabularies. Or we can use the linguist's work and have a text corpuses. Or we can ask artificial intelligence. I went to the ChatGPT and can you compose a text file with the blah 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 5 letters words most please and provide me link to download. I'm sorry for any confusion set, but I cannot generate. Here is the 20 words, you can use them. Okay, let's go for Bart. Can you please, the same question. Bart is smarter. Okay, I saw somewhere prepared list. Here's the link, use it and download and use it. Okay, the Bing for Microsoft. Oh, the best one. Hello, this is Bing. I'm sorry, but I cannot compose a text file for you. That is beyond my capabilities. I can only generate content such as poems, stories, code, essays, songs, celebrity parodies. Thank you, Bing. Okay, so, but as usual, Postgres has it all. Most of it. We have dictionaries inside PostgreSQL. So first of all, let's examine the shared dir of the PostgreSQL. And here we can have tsearch_data, where everything related to text search is stored. So my machine at that time was Ubuntu, and by default, I already have United States English dictionary. But For example, if you have another locale, probably you will have another dictionary by default. And we have a lot of other files here. So let's check what the dictionaries are. So it's just a link somewhere to cache. Okay, we will see why is that later. So let's check what the dictionary is. Is it just a set of lists with some number on the first line? And probably this is the number of rows, right? And then we have a lot of words in the initial form, and then kind of specific information. Okay, so we can use a spell utility to know what are those files and what these suffixes mean. They tell the dictionary how to produce different form of words from the initial one. So, for example, English is not rich enough for that kind of. But I mean, Slavic languages are very chatty. You can produce like 20 forms from the initial word, for example. Okay, we don't know that. We don't need that because, like, for our goal, we want to use initial form and only 5 letters, right? So, how many 5 letters words we have in in English United US dictionary? 6,700. Well, enough, I would say. So, remember I said that I want to use only SQL to get these things. So my first approach would, okay, let's copy everything from a file, and I specify delimiter, which is dash, slash, whatever, slash, yeah. And I want to exclude the first row with the number of words, and I specify the file, and I get error. Why? Because sometimes some words don't have the modifier. For example, I don't know, if some imported word from another language, it will just stay in the same form. Okay, but copy can use program, and here I want to use grep. I want to find only words from this and this, and this and this. Yes, we got it. Next. It turned out that some words somehow have the same initial form. So, for example, for 6,007 whatever, 100, we have only 6,600 unique words. I don't want to have these duplicates, right? Because when you will try to guess them, some words will be chosen more frequently. I want to get rid of them. Okay, so truncate. And do the same with the sort. And U means unique, probably. I don't know. Yeah, cool. Now, what do we have here? So, English, not very chatty, right? Most words are like 7, 8, 9 letter lengths. Okay, good. But then I just like, what the hell is going on here? Only one word, 25, 27, 30. I need to check those. Oh, that was fun. I spent like a whole day trying to read them out. That was fun. Especially these guy. These guy, okay. And then I tried to Google it. So this is not a real word, but invented for some kind of contest or whatever. By the way, how many people know how to read these things? This is called IPA, it's the International Phonetic Alphabet. Yeah, so I believe that most like American and English people have no idea it exists. But in school we learn this. But anyway, Newman of macrosiliconicus Yes. What about other languages? We can install, if you're on Ubuntu or Red Hat, you can install with your package manager. You can download them directly and put to the directory of Postgres. Or there is even a special script, which I will show how it works. So package manager is the simplest one. So for example, I'm using Ubuntu, right? So apt install handspell farm in French. Okay, we are going go. And here, Devrim, is for you. Processing triggers for PostgreSQL common. Built-in dictionaries from installed. That's how they do it. Okay, so after that we will have like a FR-dict French dictionary in our T-search data. You can download directly. There are even more sources where you can do that, but these are like the most truthful. So yeah, this is how one can download from Ukrainian language, for example. So UK UA means Ukrainian language for the country UA, right? So okay, so we download it, we put it into the table. You can see this Slavic language is way more chatty than the English. So we have like a lot of 10 plus words. I mean, there are like 200 of them which are the longer than 23. The trick is here that we can combine several words into one, just like in German. So like we can go for 50 words, 50 letters without problem. Okay, so special script. So it's not enough to download the dictionary. You want to use it in your PostgreSQL, and for that, you need to create some PostgreSQL objects inside of it. That's how this script can help you. So yeah, first of all, you download the script itself, then you execute it. So you specify the language code, the country code, and the name of the language. I'm not sure why it's so chatty, but I mean, it's how it was. So and then it will download the dictionaries and stop words and everything you need to have and put it into the proper folder of PostgreSQL. And at the end of the execution, it will provide you with the ready SQL script how you can create a dictionary in your PostgreSQL database. So you don't need to anything, just copy-paste. So yeah, we'll use Spanish handspell, the template is this, the file is this, that and that, configuration, mapping, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Everything there. You may edit, alter it for your needs and use it immediately. So for every new dictionary you will install, you will have it. Yeah, so, okay, Spanish, not bad. More like English, right? Okay, so comparison functions. Dictionary is good. Now we need to compare the word and our guess and to provide with the result. So for that, it's better to use the distance function. So before that, in my slides, I used the similarity function, which will give you like 10 for similar words and 0 for completely different. But when you operate on this level, you want to distance, and distance is like yeah, so 1 divided by similarity, right? So let's implement the standard Wordle function. It will, first of all, return distance for calculations, but it will return the description hint to be presented in the UI during our game for people, right? So nothing new here. So twice the length of word, which is 10, minus similarity, and then, well, we saw this already, right? Just implement it as a function. And yeah, let's try to see which keywords are most similar, but with using by the distance function. So owner in owned, in out and input, alter after, etc. But we're not that simple, right? We have more in PostgreSQL. We have n-gram-based trigram. We have trigrams implemented and available, but we can add any n-grams function. And from my point of view, the bigrams are the best. So this is the general function get n-grams. It will split the word, it will split the strings into the number of n-grams. We will add space before and space after, so we can count the first and the last letter. So let's see how we can split beast and steam into the d-grams or bigrams, I don't know. Just like, okay? And then, how we can compare how we came with the distance measure for these n-grams? Well, it's really simple. The number of n-grams divided by the number of char lengths. Okay, so count, it means like the common number of n-grams divided by the length, and plus 2 means for d-grams, if the trigrams plus 3, etc., etc. And we have like the regular float number. Yeah, so this is like the fancy implementation of bigrams. And the Wordle bigrams will return the integer, the integer, and this will be our tip for the user. Now, we don't return the colored boxes because we use different function. Now we return the d-grams that are there in the word, and you need to guess what it is. Okay, so just like that, let's check how many, let's check how many similar keywords we have, but using with the d-grams function. So for example, I tried to play it. It's very hard to understand that O and O and WN is owner. I mean, later when you just Control-C and check the debugging, you can say it, but otherwise it's very hard. Okay, so we did it. Fuzzy string match comparison function. We have a special extension in PostgreSQL, fuzzy string match. It comes with several functions for comparison strings, but not for strict comparison, but based on some fancy algorithms. The soundex, metaphone, double metaphone, and Levenshtein. Soundex and metaphone are made for English mostly, so they are unusable for other languages. But Levenshtein is a good one because it operates on the number of changes you need to apply to a word to make the target word. So how many times I need to replace this letter with another or push it to another position. So the number of moves you need to do is the Levenshtein distance. Okay, so let's implement something. So first of all, I want to know how different keywords using the soundex, metaphone, and Levenshtein. By the way, the difference function in Levenshtein or soundex which it has a bad name. So it should be like similarity instead. That's why 4 minus difference. So yeah, that's how so for each word we have a soundex representation, or we have a metaphone representation, and then we can calculate the difference. If you use like the only soundex on the only metaphone, or only Levenshtein, it's nearly impossible to guess what the word is. But we can use all 3 at the same time to ease our life. So let's create a new function, Wordle fuzzy, that will return integer and will return a guess, a tip for us, and the tip will contain and soundex, and metaphone, and Levenshtein. And having all these 3 different measurements, we can try to guess what we are looking for. Just like that. Close and class. For example, Levenshtein difference is 2, meaning you need to replace O to A and E to S. Gives you 2. But for example, from metaphone, the difference is 0, because in metaphone representation, close and class are the same, KLC. That's why English only. Okay, so let's try. Let's try to play. I have a repo. You saw the link to it. So I implemented a Docker Compose file, which will use the custom Docker image with pre-installed dictionaries. For a moment, we have English, French, Dutch. I added just this night, and Ukrainian. Yes. So if you want to put some more, just make a pull request. So I have. Can you see? Oh, I need to switch. Sorry. Duplicate. Oh, can you see it? Cool, cool, cool. So DC is a Docker Compose. I'm very lazy. So DC is alias for Docker Compose. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, we want to up our image with pre-installed everything. So D means detach. So we want to play from our terminal, and it will work on background. And force recreate, I want to be sure that every time I start this image, everything is wiped and started all over again, right? So every volume, I don't need them. Just work, please. Okay, it works. We can see some logs. Cool. So you can see here that we download some dictionaries. So we create some distance functions, etc., etc. So we are good to go. Now we can run our PostgreSQL. PostgreSQL is like well-known terminal to work with the Postgres, but can you see it? It's updated. So now, when we are tired, we can play. Let's try. Wordle, it says, right? Whew. Can you see it? The pink menu. I spent the day to find the codes. Okay, so by default, we will play with the Postgres keywords. By default, we will use the standard Wordle function. And yeah, let's do it. B, go. Type your guess and press enter. Okay, what is your guess? What? Begin. Okay, good one. Let's begin with begin. Begin. Ooh, good one. So we had one move. Our guess was begin. Distance is 7, which is pretty good. And the tip is, so at least 3 letters are there, but we need to know where and which. So remember, we are speaking about 65 options here, 65 keywords with the length of 5. So, your guesses? Index. Well, okay, let's go for index. It's just a demo. Range. Rage. Whoa! Who was that? Wow, bravo, Jenny. we played yesterday with one of the member of SQL committee, you know, and we spent like 10 moves to do. Okay. Okay. Want another one? Okay, press enter to continue. So, B. What? Month? I didn't know it's a reserved keyword. No. Next month. Any other? Index. Good one. I and E are there. I and E. Becky. No. What? Oh, yeah. I and E. Well, give me. Usually when I play this, I open the terminal. PG get keywords like. Okay, so, I mean, yeah, I know, it's hard. Let's cheat. The word that the game is like guessed, it is there. We just need to find it. Is what we use. I mean, for this level of difficulty, it's fine. We can find the views anyway, right? But if you're playing Dutch on English keyboard without knowing any language, I mean Dutch, then it becomes really cool. So let's try with something different. So for example, oh, okay. So let me show you. So we have such tables here. So the moves one is temporary one. It will recreate every session. So and every others are holding the dictionary of our world. So FR for French and L for Dutch and etc. etc. Let's try to play for Dutch. So we can change the word set and we specify the table NL. Okay, we can start. And now we need to put something. Begin. There is a word begin in that? Wow! Okay. No. Hello? Hallo. Okay, always there. Order. Order. Nah. Morgan. M-O-L-E-N. Molen. Woo! By the way, this version is more complicated if the language have diacritics. You need to specify it. So if you want to improve it and use unaccent extensions, please be my guest. How? V-O CH. What? Okay, let's see, what was it? Kokos. Very, very Dutch word. Okay, so one more time, I will show you how to use another function, just how it looks like. We need to, where is function? We want world fuzzy. Copy, go here. Click. Okay, so we are playing Postgres keywords, but with the different function. Alter, let me start. And this is our tip. This is our tip. So the distance here is the sum of all distances. So the lower the distance is, the closer we to the source word. Yeah. So pay attention, the Levenshtein difference is higher. Then we are going the count. Nah. Table. Oh! Johnny, you are the best. You need to go everywhere and present with me.
I watch a film where they suggest to learn the word table when you visit the US.
Okay. So, okay, we have 3 more minutes. You can find everything is following these links. And if you have any questions, please go for it.